Past Paradise explores the fascinating lives of superstars who took unexpected twists. This episode follows Heidi Klum, the famous supermodel and TV personality who changed drastically when her high-profile marriage to Seal ended. Her life changed unexpectedly from their fairy tale wedding to their bitter public breakup. She continued her brilliant career after their divorce, starring in new TV shows, developing fashion lines, and shining in the entertainment sector. However, their parting emotionally shaped her existence. Heidi, long respected for her tenacity, managed single motherhood while co-parenting with Seal. We'll explore Heidi Klum's post-divorce journey and show how she remade herself, illustrating that tragedy can lead to a fresh beginning. Getting to know Heidi and Seal. The German model has assumed several functions throughout time. Nevertheless, her most well-known role is undoubtedly that of Project Runway's presenter and face. She was the first German model to walk for Victoria's Secret. Klum is now regarded as one of the best working models in the world because of her success in everything she has attempted. Seal, a British singer-songwriter, is more well-known in the entertainment business than Henry Olusegun Adeola Samuel. His songs such as Crazy and Kiss from a Rose went viral all over the globe. Since then, he has sold over 20 million recordings and won 4 Grammy Awards. They happened to meet. In 2004, Klum and Seal's romance started in a hotel lobby. The model saw one perspiring Seal when he was speaking with Piers Morgan. At their first encounter, Klum was pregnant from a prior relationship with Flavio Briatore. She characterized it as kind of like 2 magnets. Seal seems unfazed by this information. After they began dating, he was there when their daughter Lenny was born. He asked, and she said yes. Even though they hadn't been dating long, the pair was aware of their unique connection. Thus, on December 23rd of that year, Seal proposed to Klum. The singer reflects on the occasion, saying they were 14,000 feet in Whistler, BC, in uncharted territory on a glacier, in a natural snow cave, in an igloo built just for the moment. After Klum accepted, the couple started arranging the details of the rest of their lives together, choosing to have a brief engagement before getting married in 2005 on a picture-perfect Mexican beach. Although there were only 40 guests, Klum still looked stunning in her Vera Wang lace gown. 3 very quickly turned into 6. It was just the 2 of them when they got married, and Lenny. Throughout their marriage, Klum gave birth to 3 more children, 2 sons, Henry Gunther Adomala-2 in 2005, and Johann Riley Fiordo Taiwo in 2006. In addition, they had a daughter, Lou Sololo, in 2009. While she acknowledged Seal's quality as a husband, Klum asserts that he was an even better father. In 2011, she said, "When I first met Seal, he had a kindness and compassion that was so sincere, I knew he'd be a good father. He has infinite amounts of love and patience for our kids." Germany doesn't have a tooth fairy. Heidi Klum was invited to The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where she revealed one of her secrets. She loves her kids so much that she carries a piece of them with her. She explained that since there is no such thing as a tooth fairy in Germany, she decided to collect her kids' lost teeth and now carry them in a bag like a lucky charm. She acknowledges that this is a strange thing to do and says she doesn't tell too many people about it. Making everyone feel included. The Klum-Samuel household had grown to 3 by the time their daughter was born, but Lenny was the only child without the Samuel surname. Since Seal had been Lenny's only father figure, her biological father had never been involved in her life and seemed unlikely to change anytime soon. The adoption was essentially a formality. Seal explained the adoption, saying, "All it means is that both Heidi and I wanted her to have the same last name as the rest of us. It was about Lenny." Klum also decided to formally change her name to Samuel at the time of the adoption. Wedding vows were renewed every year. Seal shared more details about the Samuels' anniversaries, saying, "For about an hour, we go off on our own down to a private beach. We sit there with the kids and read vows to each other as the sun sets. It's a very special moment for us." The Samuels made vow renewals an annual tradition and added a little spice each time. Throughout their marriage, they held 6 extravagant vow renewal ceremonies and 1 white trash wedding. The themed ceremonies were created for enjoyment, but the costumes didn't detract from the sentiment behind them. Klum spoke out on racial inequality. Unfortunately, those with light complexion seldom notice racial injustice until it directly affects them or someone close to them. However, Klum has 3 mixed-race children and married a guy of color. It is thus not surprising that she talked candidly about the issue. The model described how she had experienced very hurtful things as a result of her decision to marry and get pregnant with a guy of color in an interview with People magazine. Knowing the power of her platform, this is just one example of how the model has used social media to voice her opinions. She also adored her family and even shared a picture of them all holding hands with the phrase, "Unity in diversity." Her children are her life. Most celebs would agree that their private lives aren't the best. However, they are normally capable of handling it. Conversely, their infants and kids are too young and impressionable to comprehend. Because of this, Klum has always shielded her kids from the paparazzi. She said they had been photographed since the day they were born, explaining that having grown up in the spotlight has always worried Klum and made her a worrywart, to use the model's words. Klum clings to her birth films of every kid, even in the face of media attention. Seal suffered health issues. Seal has had a deluge of health problems throughout the years, health-related topics that he doesn't mind discussing. The obvious one is lupus, an incurable autoimmune illness. Seal's face is scarred due to an inflammatory illness, which makes the immune system target its tissue. The British vocalist has panic attacks and anxiety as well. Seal feels that it is not appropriate to handle these health difficulties on one's own. He believes there is no guilt in asking for help and talking about it, and he is a fervent proponent of therapy. Klum is a hands-on mother. Klum was left home with the kids while Seal often traveled for business. She liked spending time with her children, even if she would have preferred her husband to be home more often. Her hands-on parenting approach, which she describes as very, very German, was particularly evident when it came to maintaining time. Klum acknowledges that she has extremely strong rules about reliability and punctuality, qualities that are highly valued by Germans. She believes it is better to be straightforward, even though this may have come out as cruel. A family with a busy schedule. Once we see her kids' routine, it becomes evident why Klum describes her parenting approach as very, very German. They have a highly regimented lifestyle and are a very busy family. In an interview, Klum spoke about this schedule and stressed the significance of each period. Because of their varying ages, the kids may all go to bed at various times. They need to have supper at 6 o'clock for this to function. Precise. This is because one child goes to bed at 7:30 p.m., one at 8, one at 8:30, and one at 9. It makes sense that if supper is delayed, everyone's bedtime would also be delayed. Klum said she needs timelines to be quite German, and that if it does not occur, the next day you see the dark circles under their eyes. Women are better at multitasking. Klum has a hypothesis about how men and women multitask differently. She thinks women are more adept at it than males, and we're confident that most other women would too. Women can multitask without failing at any one of their responsibilities. Men typically can juggle only one ball, and even then they're like, "I'm confused. Should I put it in my right or left hand?" Klum added, "Often they want us to hold that one too." We know that all women listening to this are laughing right now, probably because it's true. But that's not all Klum had to say about how men can only handle one thing at a time. Klum changed her name back. It's possible that the couple's lavish yearly wedding renewal ceremonies contributed to the public's perception of them as a happy and loving couple. But sadly, appearances can often be deceiving, as with this couple. The couple shocked everyone in 2012 when they announced their separation. Although their divorce wasn't formalized for another 2 years, Klum filed for divorce and changed her name back after almost 7 years of marriage and 3 children. Their bond wasn't always harmonious. Although Klum appreciates everything her marriage to Seal has given her, she has also acknowledged that, like most relationships, it wasn't always rosy. In an interview with Red Magazine, the model said that, despite their best efforts, there's always a reason why you're not with someone anymore, you know? Despite their breakup, Klum and Seal loved their children and wanted the best for them. They chose to co-parent because it was the right thing to do. But Klum claimed it was frequently challenging. This occurred while trying to finalize their divorce, which is how the rumors started. Drama, and still more drama. As difficult as co-parenting can be, and for a while after Klum and Seal separated, it became even more so due to the drama and accusations that followed. Klum filed for divorce, citing Seal's out-of-control temper as the reason the children were scared and feeling overwhelmed by it all. However, it doesn't explain why she ended their relationship so soon. Heidi became involved with the family bodyguard while the couple was still separated before their divorce was formalized. Fortunately, the two have worked things out and are now a happy co-parenting pair. Seal stated about the relationship that he would have thought Heidi would have shown a little more class. For the children's sake. Klum and Seal, for all their turbulence, could agree on one thing. They wanted to make the separation as comfortable as possible for their children since they loved them so much. They decided to set aside their differences and continue being friends for the kids' sake. They had to put up a unified face for their family because they knew their split would get much attention. They jointly issued a statement pleading for privacy and expressing gratitude to everybody for their support. They emphasized to the public that the welfare of their children is their first concern and that they are participating in this process. Heidi didn't take long to act. Heidi wasted no time returning to the dating scene after her split from Seal. She dated their family bodyguard, Martin Kirsten, from 2012 until 2014. It caught everyone off guard, and Seal took it extremely personally. After their breakup, she dated Vito Schnabel from 2014 to 2017, which was more about her friendship with the help than the fact that she was dating someone else. She also met German musician Tom Kaulitz in 2018, who is now her husband. Klum publicly shared their photo on Instagram at the Cannes Film Festival to proclaim their relationship. Getting used to being a single parent. The transition to being a single parent after a divorce is often quite difficult. Nevertheless, Klum claims that her experience wasn't nearly as challenging as some others. She was already doing so much parenting that the shift to being a single mother didn't disturb her. She confirmed to Redbook that the kids knew their father's work required him to travel, but when he wasn't there, Klum had to take on the roles of mother and father. Seal's schedule did not permit much of a change once the pair chose to separate. However, what was Seal's opinion on it? Parenting is not easy. Klum was right when she first thought that Seal would be a good father. He has consistently tried to support and be there for his kids in every manner he can. He also puts a lot of importance on his kids' mental health since he is an anxious parent. As it turns out, Seal was also a fantastic spouse and appreciated his ex-wife for the work she has done as a mother, but he had to acknowledge that co-parenting is the toughest gig in the world. Seal first found co-parenting difficult, but he has now given it a new meaning. He dubbed her a great mother and a great parent. He doesn't see Klum and him as co-parenting. Rather, he sees them as just carrying out their parenting duties. No space for error. Seal has nothing but praise for Klum acting as both father and mother for their kids. Regretfully, she had nothing kind to say about him. She knew his affection for his kids, but his work prevented him from being a very involved parent throughout their marriage. He wasn't like the normal father who went to work in the morning and was home by dinner time every night, according to her. It was a difficult position since his employment provided for his family, but kept him away. Looking back on those days, Seal acknowledges that being a father isn't the easiest gig in the world, explaining that although there is opportunity for error in other occupations, being a parent means you're not afforded the luxury of mistakes. They continue to be a family. Klum and Seal have gotten the hang of co-parenting, but it took some time in getting used to it. The couple has managed to set it all aside and concentrate on their kids despite their breakup and the turmoil that followed. They were even seen together in Brentwood, Los Angeles during one of their kids' soccer matches. Fans said that Klum and Seal even gave one another hugs and kisses when they first met. Perched on collapsible lawn chairs, they seemed to enjoy one another's company as they supported their offspring. They make co-parenting appear simple. It is known that Klum and Seal were able to set aside their disagreements to protect the kids. At first, they may have had to put on a brave front, but it feels more natural now. While they began by watching their kids' athletic activities together, they upped the ante on co-parenting in 2017. The whole family visited Aspen, Colorado for a ski vacation in 2017. It's good to see a couple that has broken up on good terms. Klum said of their vacation, "We're always there for our children and always will be," while Seal told TMZ, "As always, my main priority is the emotional well-being of our children." Work made them nearer. Unfortunately, Klum and Seal were never able to be together since they seemed to get along well, one that improved even more after their breakup. Their children's welfare was always their first focus, but they also got along well when they weren't around. A position as a guest judge on America's Got Talent was extended to Seal. The two had a great time together during what many would have assumed would be an uncomfortable experience. Klum uploaded a video of them smiling and strumming a ukulele before the program started. Seal enjoyed making his family laugh so much that he surprised them by going on The Masked Singer. He was a guy who his kids looked up to. Family vacations are important. Klum and Seal wanted to show the kids they remained a family despite everything. That was not going to alter just because they were no longer married. Thus, in addition to attending athletic events and family vacations, they also spent days at Disneyland. On one of the excursions, Klum was seen having fun on a carousel with her kid and then cramming the whole family into a Disney teacup. Klum's second marriage hasn't stopped the family from enjoying their trips. During one of their trips, she was even seen wearing a similar polka dot Minnie Mouse pajamas with Tom. Reflecting on their past partnership. Although Seal and Klum were extremely private individuals, they didn't mind discussing their relationship in interviews. Despite the dissolution of their marriage, their shared memories endure. While they wish to go back and alter some, they are thankful for most of them. Seal saw it as a chance to reaffirm their wedding vows. He loved spending time with his family and seeing their vows. However, he stated that he never found the ensuing themed party enjoyable. Seal admitted to being a private guy and that the ceremonies would go out of control when he spoke with Andy Cohen. It kind of turned into a little bit of a circus rather than the vows. Tom Kaulitz. Who is he? Tom Kaulitz is a German musician and singer-songwriter. In addition, he plays keyboards for the German rock group Tokyo Hotel. It has paid off, even if the keyboard doesn't sound like the instrument of a rock band. His group won the first MTV Video Music Award in Germany. In more recent times, he gained notoriety as fortunate husband number 3, and ideally the last, on Klum's series of spouses. Even though he is 16 years Klum's junior, the pair seems more concerned with their love than their age. Tom was married before meeting Klum, much like Heidi. We're certain, however, that both of them are relieved that things didn't work out based on what we've seen. An alternative form of energy. The world undoubtedly noticed the age difference, even if the new couple may not have. Following their relationship announcement, Klum faced a barrage of inquiries, criticism, and media attention. It felt out of place and was difficult for others to grasp. Although Klum was aware that they were in love, she seemed unfazed. She thinks their connection has a distinct vibe because of their ages. He's a 30-year-old man, so there's just a different life and spirit about him, Klum said in an interview with Red. She also mentioned that the kids adore him and that he loves them, so Klum is delighted. She had a sparkling breakfast. Even though Klum and Kaulitz had only been together for a year, it seemed that was all that was necessary. She was the lady Kaulitz was meant to be with. Thus, he requested her kids' assistance in preparing the most exquisite breakfast in bed she would ever experience. Kaulitz assembled a delectable breakfast plate for the model with the kids' help. Taking a corner, each youngster brought the tray inside their mother's chamber. Heidi saw flowers, coffee, and a huge ring box. As everyone knows, Klum accepted Kaulitz's proposal. Later that day, she announced the news on Instagram with a photo that said, "I said yes." The fortunate third time around. Klum said her vows to Kaulitz after having been married twice before. She wed stylist Rick Pepino in 1997 and Seal in 2005. She decided to have a non-traditional wedding this time around. The couple celebrated their marriage aboard an Italian boat with family and friends. However, at the time of this celebration, they were already married. In 2019, only 2 months after being engaged, the pair secretly married because they couldn't wait to name each other husband and wife. Klum looked stunning in an open-shouldered gown on the boat. It was decorated with embroidered flowers and had large sleeves. A simple veil brought the whole ensemble together. Her spouse matched with a cream outfit. They own 2 dads. Kaulitz has always attempted to spend time with Klum's kids since he knows their importance to her. Having said that, he also reacts quite strongly to Seal. Though Kaulitz regards himself as an extra dad to the kids, he's also quite aware of how he interacts with them. He always acts respectfully because he doesn't want Seal to think he is attempting to take over Seal's role as a father. Kaulitz wanted to include the kids in his proposal because he believed Klum was a complete deal. In addition, he instructs them to play guitar. Imagine a stunning family with musical ability. That would be unstoppable. A little older, but unquestionably in love. The pair is trapped in the honeymoon stage, which is a good stage. Heidi often finds a way to mention how happy she and Kaulitz are together while doing interviews. Was that a jab at Seal that we heard when Klum reflected on the previous 2 years with him as her partner and said, "It feels like I have a partner for the first time"? She refrained from dwelling on it and instead discussed how the relationship is a team effort. Klum said that Kaulitz is an excellent listener who is always willing to provide support or a listening ear when needed. Creating family ties during lockdown. Many families had found lockdown difficult, but the Klum-Samuel Kaulitz family didn't seem to be one of them. They were bonding as a group and spending time together throughout the lockdown. Klum posted a family picture of them walking with their dog. Under those face masks, there were grins as well. There were further pictures of the kids assisting with supper preparation. Although it wasn't clear how Klum's German traits handled it, it didn't appear to go well. An attempt to get close. Even though the family seemed to enjoy one another's company, some bumps were still on the road. Even with the virus going worldwide, America's Got Talent started shooting again. When Klum became unwell during the shooting, the whole house froze with panic. Kaulitz chose to maintain his distance, fearing that he was as ill. The couple separated themselves in their own home for their safety and the protection of the kids. They naturally missed being able to give each other hugs and kisses, but they came up with a solution. Though Klum shared a photo of the pair cuddling via a window, it was the same as the actual thing. Fortunately, their test results were negative, allowing them to finalize their reunion with the actual one. Keeping the present in mind. Despite the highs and lows she has encountered, Klum is now happily and healthily married. She is trying her hardest to maintain her contentment. Klum thinks that living in the now is a necessary component of making sure of it. She spoke about how she's learned to be happier and in the moment in an interview with Red. Rather than wishing time away or thinking it will pass, she wants to live in the present and prepare for what's to come.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon